Hope everyone's having a good day. Nothing to complain about on my end. Just got home for the holidays. Should be a nice time to unwind. Should be a nice time to relax. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to you know, just kind of hanging out. Not really having to do much. I don't know the last time I was able to say that. I don't know the last time I was able to just take a breath, and it just really feels good. It really feels good, and I might not get as much done, but I think that we need breaks. We need times where we're not really pushing the envelope to reevaluate exactly what we're doing. Reevaluate exactly, um, are we doing something productive? Are we doing something that's going to benefit us? Or are we doing something that is going to, just burn us out in the long run? And I feel like that's my biggest issue. Like, I'll be good, I'll be consistent, but I just burn myself out. And it's only through these periods, through these times that I can reset, refocus, and kind of find the joy in life again. What's up, Fluffy Kitten? How's everything? Or Fluffy Kitty, my bad. I don't know why I said kitten. How's everything? You good? I have to go get my girlfriend something. What should I get her? I got her a few things already, but like they're all really small. Um, so I need like one to two big things. Damn, why are you eating at McDonald's? You should know better. Come on. McDonald's is like, out of all the fast foods, I think McDonald's is the most like fake. Like it just tastes the most chemical to me. I feel like it gets worse every time I try to eat it. Like it's been years since I've eaten McDonald's, but I don't know, man. Either I'm getting older or the quality's just declining. It's like really, really weird. Yeah, what should I get my girlfriend? I need your input. I have a few ideas. I'm not going to say them in case she's watching, but I want to know what you're thinking. I feel like it's going to be a thing where when I go to the store, I'll just know it when I see it. I'll be like, oh, she'll really like this. Hello Kitty stuffed animal. I already got her stuffed animals, so I'm not going to get her more. I think that'll just be redundant. And I get her stuffed animals like regularly. Like it's got to be something special because it's Christmas, you know. Yeah, I see a few people joined. Hopefully, y'all are having a good day. Hopefully, nothing going wrong. Like Julie, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Something small, not necessarily like going all out, but just like something to, wear every once in a while. I'll get her like penguin earrings or something like that. Or like earrings with my face on it, right? Scare everyone else away. That's what I gotta do. Get her Hello Kitty PJs. Honestly, if I can find them, I will. That's a good idea. I feel like she'd like them. Where would I find those though? That's the question. Like, am I gonna be able to find those at whatever mall I'm going to? Because I feel like it's too late to order them. Realistically, I should have like had everything planned out, but I just kept saying, "Oh, I'll go tomorrow. Oh, I'll go the next day," and I just don't. I don't like shopping. I don't like going in public just to buy things. Like, I think that's kind of. I don't know. I don't get why people are obsessed with it, but yeah. What's up, Matthews? How's everything? Yeah, there we go. Helder. That's what we want to hear. Do Amazon? Yeah, it might still not come in time though. Yeah, there we go. Nobody. 14 watching, 2 likes. You're Leo? Like you're Leo or what's up, Nikki? How's everything? You found some at Target? Ooh, I'll be over near Target. Yeah, if I don't find them at the mall, I'll find them there, I guess. That's a good idea. Oh, you're right. Yeah. If I could find overnight shipping, that's a good idea. They're 11 here. I have to ban you if you keep saying it. Don't talk about stuff like that here. I don't know why people don't understand. It's like never say your age on the internet because it's never good. It's never good. Like it's always just a bad look. It's always just weird. You can say how much show. Every time I type that, it switches. I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm not being super entertaining right now, so that's probably why. But yeah, it's also like at the whim of the algorithm, so I mean, you can't really plan for it. Sometimes I have 40, 50 people in here. Right now it says 2, and I don't even know if that's correct. So, um, yeah, like it's really just, it is what it is. AI bots? I mean, it could be, honestly. I think, like, if you, um, I think there definitely is, to a certain extent, like, artificial views. I think, like, some of the numbers are inflated. Like, I know we were talking about Mr. Beast yesterday, but like, who are all the people watching that? You know what I mean? Like, I've never met anyone in real life that watches that. Same thing with shorts. Like, some of these shorts channels, like, they have millions of their engagement's terrible. Like, have you ever seen someone on TikTok that gets like millions of views and like they're like begging for money? It's like, should if you had really loyal fans and actual followers, like, wouldn't they want to support you? It's weird. Yeah, young girls should never say their age. Like, the sad reality of the world is that it's a creepy place and there's a lot of bad people, and it's like you may think nothing of it, you may be trolling, but it's like it's always gonna attract unwanted attention. I don't know. You see like all of these people going viral for like the predator videos. It's weird how many views those get first off, but it's weird how many people are just still getting caught. Like, you would think like these people would watch one of them and be like, all right, I have to be more careful, but it's just like people are fucking idiots. Again, some of it's probably staged. Like, there's that one Asian dude who's like, I'm just looking for laxatives, and he like flips his car. Like, I don't think that one's real. But yeah, it's not safe. That's why I'm nobody. That's a good way. You excited for Drake or Strickland? Yeah, yeah. Who do you think wins that? I would, I would think, dude, I would think Drickus wins that, honestly. What's up, Kelly? Yeah, I'm just like, I just have to ban stuff like that. It's not even funny. What are you, like 10? I mean, like, that's genuinely like 10-year-old humor, but I don't know what to tell you. I hate the people that are like, they just say like slurs to be funny. Like, it's not funny. It's not edgy. You're just like a clown. He's in a car accident. I guess, but could that have just happened by accident? Like, could he have just like sped away? Maybe that one wasn't a good example, but there's some of them that are just like Vitaly. All of his have to be fake. You know what I mean? Like, they're just he's just catching people too consistently. Like, you would think that like his decoys, people would know. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you're gonna commit a crime, like, I think you would like know about people that are taking people. Like, I don't know. I don't know the thought process behind it, but it seems too good to be true. And I mean, if you know anything about like the YouTube pranks, like, most of them are fake. Like, genuinely, like, a lot of them are fake. So I think there has to be some element of that. Maybe it's like 50-50. Maybe it's 60-40. I don't know the exact number, but I don't think that Vitaly can consistently keep catching these guys on like a regular basis. You know what I mean? Like, a new one every day, new one every few days. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you have to like set things up just for the logistics of it. Opinions on George Floyd. I mean, we're not talking about that. Um, Contentious issue. I mean, obviously the media politicized it and made it something that it wasn't. I mean, you can't look at what Derek Chauvin did and justify it, but it's also like, this is when we get into the issues of like, is there a fair trial? And I don't necessarily know. Like, I mean, no one thinks that that guy should be walking free, should be a police officer, but like, it's the same thing as Kyle Rittenhouse. Can you ever have a fair trial when it's so like in the media spotlight? It's the same thing with the Luigi guy. It's like, what jury hasn't heard about these people? And I think these are like bigger and deeper issues when it comes to social media and the justice system. Plans for 2025? I think it's just keep doing what I'm doing. Keep finding time to like, do things I love. Like I feel like I fixate on things. I get upset when things aren't going exactly to plan, and kind of just go with the flow more. Wish Trick will be at Asanya. Dude, I just think Drickus is like, I don't know how he does it, but like he like just turns it into a dogfight and he's gonna win those every time. Did I go to Harvard? No, I didn't go to Harvard. Um, Fair trials are kind of cringe. I mean, I guess. I'm just talking in theory, though. I mean, there's no such thing as a completely fair trial. There's no such thing as complete justice because, I mean, humans are infallible and systems are, run by people who have their own opinions. So, I mean, you want at least the idea of a fair trial because let's say you're wrongfully convicted. Let's say you do something trying to act in self-defense. Like, you want to be given a fair shake. That's the theory behind it. And these are impossible scenarios because again, systems are made of people. But yeah, what's up, Ivan? I don't know. I think there's like the idea of the justice system, the ideas of the Supreme Court, and the checks and balances. It's good in theory, but in application, I think some things get lost in translation. Are you Indian? I'm not Indian. I don't know why I keep getting asked this. I'm not like I don't look like it at all. You see how pale I am. It's interesting. I don't know what to do with that, but yeah. Yeah, Jerkins looks like an amateur, but always wins. Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's easy to make 50K in the U.S. I mean, it's like a it's like a pretty solid starting salary. I mean, if you go to college and you have a degree, it's it might take you a year, it might take you 2 years, but you can find that. You could also go into trade school. You could also do a lot of things. I think it's a pretty reasonable salary. Can stretch pretty far in certain places. Other places, it's not going to be a good living wage. But again, it's really what are your goals? What are you trying to do? Freedom or execution? I don't believe in the death penalty. Should read the Kitab al-Azif. I don't know what that is. What's up, Just One Human? Are you in a basement? Yes. It has no author. Okay, what's it about? I don't believe in the death penalty simply because I don't believe the state should have sovereignty over individuals. I don't think it should have the ability to, um, you know, take or give life. I think those are much more fundamental rights that should be on the individual. Now, we could talk about death row, we could talk about institutions, but I don't think there's an easy answer on the death penalty. What is my favorite car? Ooh, like favorite car to look at, or like favorite car I've ever had. I don't know. Like Ferraris are awesome to look at. Porsches, Corvettes are really cool. I know a lot of people shit on Corvettes, but I just think they look awesome. Um, it's a joke. Well, you gotta tell me it's a joke, or I'm gonna take it serious. You know what I mean? I'm talking about contentious issues that you're throwing in jokes. I'm gonna take it serious, but yeah, I got you. What's up, IQ options trading? Trading. Hello, love from India. Love from America. Thank you, Soham. Is it Soham or Soham? Australian? No, I'm not Australian. Do I sound Australian? I don't think I have an Australian accent, but I mean, my nose is stuffed up, maybe. Soham? Okay, okay. I'll try to remember that. Love from whole world. Yeah. I sound Brazilian. How do I sound Brazilian? You love talking with foreigners. Why is that? Just different perspectives, different ideas. What time is it? 3:30. Can you say 2 lines about India? What do you mean, like talk about it? Talk about my opinion on India, or like, what do you mean by that? That's 2 words. Yeah, is that enough? Damn, my hip hurts. My hip's been like killing me for the past like year. I've just ignored it, and now it's like too bad where I have to like actually start fixing it. What's up? How's everything? I'm not saying your name, but I'll acknowledge your presence. I don't know why it always makes me laugh. It's like I feel like I show off my like third grade humor when I laugh every time at reading that name. Simply rate out of 10. I don't know. I haven't been there. I'm sure there's beautiful places. The Indian street food videos definitely bring it down. I'd say like a 6 or 7. I know there's like really cool temples, so I want to go visit at some point. Um, but yeah, I don't really have like I'm pretty impartial. It's like, take it or leave it. There's certain countries like, we talk about France. I'll slander France all day long. We talk about England. I'll bring up 1776. I'm like impartial on India. I don't know enough. There's some interesting figures. I really like Osho. Gandhi's an interesting figure. I mean, there's some great people there, but I just don't know enough. Yes, I love Indian street food. Whenever the guy takes the food and wipes it in his armpit, man, that's the most appetizing thing I've ever seen, dude. I really need to go just for the street food. Rate my profile picture out of 10. It's too small for me to say. Yeah, dude. If you don't enjoy Indian street food, then you're not civilized. You're not a classy individual. I wonder if those videos are actually real. Like if people are actually eating that coop soup. It doesn't even look edible. Merry Christmas, sending all love away from Taiwan. Merry Christmas from America. Thank you for the blessings. Hope you have a good holiday. Are the street videos real? Let me know. I've been like trying to figure this out for years at this point. I need to know if those are like actually accurate. Do the Aussie accent? I don't have one. I don't have any Australian friends either. I don't know how to do it. Do you believe in Santa? What do you mean? I always leave cookies and milk for him. But what do you mean don't believe? Just when human, what do you mean do I believe in Santa? I feel like what's up, Sam? I wish I could send you some Indian street food. What, you want me to get sick? Is that just like are those just memes though? Like I'm genuinely curious. Like I could see that just be trolling. I don't know. I hope it's not real. Then some of the best food you'll ever get is like if you go to a food truck. Like there's just something about food trucks that what they lack in a physical location they make up for in the food quality, or maybe not the quality, just how it tastes. Yeah, Santa's real, man. Salute to the green hoodie. Thank you. Just need to be careful what you're eating. Mexican food's amazing. Favorite sport? Probably MMA. I train jujitsu. I train kickboxing, so I think it's kind of like I'm pretty biased in that sense. I also like watching football a little bit, but I'm not like my um my love for it ends like after it's done. Like I don't follow it. I'm not like I don't watch Stephen A. Smith rant about it. I don't do that stuff. My house is haunted. Yes. How did you know? Are there ghosts behind me? You see the Cage series? What's is that the thing with John Jones? I am not watching that because I despise John Jones. I mean, you can only hit so many women. The answer is one before I start to dislike you. Um, that's really the end for me. And it's like the dude pretends to be like an upstanding citizen where he, got in a car accident with a pregnant woman and fled the scene, came back to get his drugs, and then fled again. Um, yeah, I don't really want to support someone like that. I don't really want to give that person a career. Um, I cannot wait for Aspinall to actually give that guy a hard fight because hopefully Aspinall wins. But yeah, you can't take anything away from his legacy fighting, but you can take everything away from his legacy as an individual. And to me, that means so much more than whatever you do in the octagon. You know what I mean? It's like you could be the best fighter, but I will never like you simply because who you are. You want to ask me a serious question? Go ahead. Yeah, dude. I don't know why Dana glazes John Jones either, because he's not popular. Like he's obviously like a big name, but like it's not like he's McGregor. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know the pay-per-view numbers for the last card, but John Jones really hasn't sold enough to be respected the way he is. You know what I mean? He just farted. Thank you for telling me. What's up, Case? Santa, I know him. I wish, man. 10 push-ups, you forget me. What are you talking about? Santa, I don't know what that means. Does a certain room in your house feel more colder than the other rooms? Yeah, it's just how heat systems work. I mean, George St. Pierre is awesome. You can't really say much about him because the two fights he did lose, he really wasn't the George St. Pierre we all know. The first fight he lost was to what? What's his name? Matt Hume? No. Who's the guy that got hit by a train? The name's blanking me. It's not Matt Hamill. It's something. But he eventually avenged that loss, and then what's the fuck's the other guy's name? I would know him when I see him, but he also just destroyed that guy. I mean, John Jones, he's not overrated. I mean, some of his fights are. I mean, he beat up like a bunch of older guys in the beginning of his career, and he went to a split decision with Anthony Smith, and I don't know. He also lost to Dominic Reyes. He's also a shitty human being, so I'm not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what? If it's Max Holloway and he's winning close decisions, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But it's not. You know what I mean? Santa's bipolar, yes. I'm suing. Damn. Hopefully you win that then. When the next Jump Street releasing? I don't know. Dude, honestly, I don't blame him for ducking Aspinall because Aspinall is like probably one of the most dangerous matchups you can be for John Jones. Like he's an actual heavyweight and a skilled one at that. Like if you look into heavyweights, most of them are not very athletic. Most of them aren't, you know, like they're just big guys. I mean, they might have some skill, but a lot of it's relying on size. Whereas, dude, Aspinall, if you take Aspinall's skill set and put it in any weight class, I think he does well. You know what I mean? You shrink him down. Nate Diaz is also tough. Yeah, he's pretty good. I wish he didn't like. I mean, the thing that we love about Nate Diaz is he's just himself, but it also like hurt his career because it made him disagree with the UFC. It made it so that he didn't get fights, and it's the aspects of him that we love also damaged his career. So, be interesting to see if he was. I don't know if he like needed to be a little more professional. I just think like if he held his tongue in meetings and kind of didn't fight against the UFC machine as much, maybe we would have seen a lot more of him, and maybe he would have been his career would have went different. What's up, Mirzouk? I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. I'm not Muslim. It's crazy they can take your time and then let you go with zero recourse. Yeah, I mean, if you can actually prove the false imprisonment, you always do get big settlements, but it's never worth it. You know what I mean? Like, you always hear the stories of people that were wrongly convicted get out 30 years later and they get a few $1,000,000. And it's like, whatever you went through in prison wasn't worth those millions of dollars. What do you think of Islam Makhachev? I like him. When he was coming up, I thought he was a boring fighter, but watching the Poirier fight, watching the Volk fight, however sad that made me, you got to respect the guy. Most grapplers are the most boring people you watch. I mean, Shavkat let me down. I was really high on Shavkat until that Ian Gary fight. Same thing with Bilal. Like, Bilal is just not exciting. Merab is like, Udo fight was kind of interesting, but dude, that Sean O'Malley fight was one of the worst fucking fights I've ever watched in my life. I never want to watch another Merab fight again. And it's like, you got to respect guys that can bring grappling and make it exciting. Like that Darce against Dustin Poirier, I've started doing that Darce to people. It's so nasty. Like when you can learn something from watching a fighter, that's masterclass at work. Is it me or were older MMA fighters more badass? Yeah, it's like anything. I mean, the more money you get into a sport, the more it's gonna bring a more like clout chasing crowd. I mean, you think of NBA, like back in the day when Jordan was playing, like you could hand check people, you could basically fight people and not get ejected from the game. Whereas now, like, there's flagrant fouls, there's these things, like most players don't fucking play the whole season. Like, it's like anything. The more money gets involved in something, the more it kind of eats away at the heart and the core of these things. I can't watch boxing anymore. It just sucks. You don't love UFC. Guys are strong enough to keep that energy. Why don't you like UFC? I could see you not liking every single fight, but I don't know how you could watch like any Charles Oliveira fight and not be like off on the edge of your seat. The outcome of him fighting Arman, I don't know, dude. I hope Islam wins because Arman's kind of boring. I really think you give Charles 5 more seconds, that Darce is putting him out cold. The thing is, like, Arman knew at the end of that Charles fight that he only had to wait a few seconds. Like, that shit probably damn near felt like his neck was breaking. But because he knew there was only a few seconds, like, he just sat there. But, you give that choke another minute, fight's over. So Dana could. He started Gladiator League with blade weapons. Nah, I don't think so. Because you got to think about it. Like, it might do okay in terms of 1 or 2 fights, but you can't build a superstar because he's gonna have to retire very fast. What's your question? I don't know what. Do you know what the Eldrick Secrets of the Internet? I don't know what that is. I'm good. How are you, K-Dot? Everything good with you? Read the Kitab al-Zif. I'll try to remember that. If you're in my Discord, send it to me. If not, comment it on one of my videos. What's your favorite fight of all time? Mine is Robbie Lawler versus fuck, who? I know exactly who you're talking about. It's Rory McDonald. Rory McDonald. What is my specialty? I'm pretty well versed in most topics. I think I know the most about philosophy, or I can at least have the most conversation about philosophy. But yeah. Oh, well, what's my favorite fight? I'm trying to think of a really good one. I see. I could say like one of those classic fights, but I think it would be one that I've watched. Probably Gaethje Holloway, just because I was watching that live and I was just like watching that knockout was just something else. You know what I mean? Maybe it was because I was drinking a little bit and it made it more it made more of an impact because of that. But dude, that one was. There were time UFC was good as WWE in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, dude, like you go back and you watch Chael Sonnen's old promos, like you're just like, all right, this guy's hilarious. I know that was in the 2000s, early 2010s, but I get what you mean. Now there's like they do like the post-fight interview and they call someone out and it's usually like a shitty call out, and they do the press conferences and it literally just nobody says anything. They're all just like they all just give like the generic responses, the generic NPC takes, and it's like, I mean, it's like, dude, we love you as a fighter, but we don't love you as a speaker. Like plan something out, say something about your opponent, like talk some shit. Like even if you just text them after the fact, like, hey, I didn't mean it. Like just make it interesting. The Undertaker, Mankind, The Cell, and I don't watch WWE. Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. Dude, I'm pissed about that fight. They trotted out a Pacquiao that was way past his prime. I really wish they did that 5-6 years before that, and it would have been an all-timer. No life experience, yes, whatever you say. You saw 5 minutes and you can classify my entire existence, yes. I mean, we got to feel for him, man. Those wet blanket days, they suck. You're Algerian. That's cool. Aren't we all looking for attention on a certain level? It's like one of the only things I agree with Freud on. There's like a human need for some sort of competency, some sort of recognition by everyone else. International stream, yeah. I feel like half the people that watch me aren't from my country, which is it's kind of weird how like the algorithm just pushes it out to people. You know what I mean? It's weird to think that someone's in a completely different time zone halfway across the world watching me. Tell us about the books. The book I'm reading right now is The Rebel by Camus. Tremendous book. I really love it. It's about, I mean, Camus is basically arguing that there is a fundamental part of the human existence which needs rebellion, which needs to buck against the system. And the thing about rebellion is that they're futile. Ultimately, in the end, it's just going to create a new government. Like, what happens after a revolution? A revolution destroys all the ideals and replaces it with new ones. And the moment that there's a new government, the government is, a system that's not perfect, and it's going to, in some way, restrict the rights of the individual. So, like, at the end of the revolution, you need another one, and it's a very interesting idea when you look into it. It kind of just says that like the process is never ending, and it's just going to keep going. And it talks about different types of rebellion. One of the ones that Camus focuses on is metaphysical rebellion, which is, it's not anything about metaphysics. It's just about rebelling against the idea of God, the conception of God, the idea of the church, the idea of these institutions, and basically people going against that. The part I'm reading right now is about rebellion of government, rebellion of totalitarian regimes and stuff, and some very interesting ideas. And Camus has a great perspective. He's a very interesting person because he's an absurdist. Absurdism is a philosophy that I don't think it's not one that's well talked about. It's not one that is well known because I think people group it in with existentialism and nihilism, but I think it's completely unique. Participating in Supercar Challenge. Damn, good luck, man. That's cool. Favorite book of 2024. Um, that's a really good question. The Book of Your Dad, I would have to say. That's still my all-time favorite book. You could also put something like The Trial in there by Kafka. That's a tremendous book. I think you can't go wrong with either of those. What about you? What's your favorite book? Are you from? I'm from the U.S. What do you consider is the GOAT and put your emotions aside? GSP probably. I think GSP has the strongest argument. Um, I mean, if you look at John Jones, like people will talk about the Johnny Hendricks decision for GSP, but they won't talk about the John Jones terrible decisions, like arguably lost to Thiago Santos, arguably lost to Gustafson, arguably lost to no, he did lose to fucking Dominic Reyes. Like went to a split decision with Anthony Smith. Like not looking good, man. Not looking good. So I would have to say GSP. Stranger is my one of my favorite books of all time. Have you read The Plague? That's gonna be one of the next things I pick up. I really did like The Stranger. Stranger, like I don't know, the narrative was like not to say it was confusing. I just didn't know where he was going with it. But I think it ended in a really interesting place. It gave you very interesting more questions, and those are the type of books I love. Thanks for the luck. Yeah, I know you're gonna do great. You don't need luck. You don't need luck because if you just try your best, you're gonna knock it out of the park. Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Okay, someone told me to read Ayn Rand. I'll read her at some point. Yeah, GSP lost, but he also, in the rematches to the guys he lost to, completely destroyed. So, um, is that better than John Jones fighting someone once, losing, and then never fighting them again, and then bragging about the decisions for years? You know, the Almanac by Naval Ravikant. I'll read that at some point. You read The Fountainhead? I have not read The Fountainhead. Oh, damn. I didn't. I didn't see that you were tagging, not me. That's crazy, Hypnodio, bait and switching me. Plague is really good. It'll make you rethink lockdown. Okay. Yeah, it was I was watching a video. I was actually reacting to a video about it the other day on stream. And it basically like inspired me to pick that one up. But if you haven't read The Rebel, I think you'd like that too. Um, the more I read of Camus, the more I really appreciate him. You play any online games? I do not. I'm sorry. I don't really like video games. The only thing I can really play is Minecraft with my girlfriend, just because it's like something to do instead of just watching TV. But yeah, what is it? 3:50. I got some stuff to do. I'll probably stream again later. Thank you guys for coming. Camus was the GOAT and Society died. Yeah, yeah. Did he die like 50 in like a car crash? I just figured that out the other day. Um, that sucks. Same thing with Kafka. Like, can you imagine if Kafka like kept writing and eventually got his recognition during his lifetime? How many more works he could write? Those are two people that I'm kind of obsessed with right now. But yeah, seem like a cool dude. Got a new subscriber. Thank you. Hi Pamela. I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta go get some gifts. I gotta go do a few things. But yeah, I'll probably be back later. So catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Thank you guys. Have a good holiday, everyone.